Good morning, everyone. Let us stay focused today. Yeah, I have to stay focused today. I got way too much to do that there is always so much to do on a homestead like this. And some of it you have to just let go. But it's gonna rain later. We had at 7 o'clock last night. Okay, evening time. We had 86 degrees here out on the porch. 86 degrees. I was pleasantly sweltering. And it's going to rain today. But one thing I've noticed, and it's just the middle of what? April? Little past? No, middle of April. And we got algae growing in our rain barrels. And it's going to rain. It's going to rain quite a bit. So I'm going to empty all those out. No, I'm going to put it all around in the garden, even though it's going to rain later. I'm not sure how much it's going to rain. So I want to give everything a good watering. And, but it's grown algae in it. It's, I don't mind the mosquito larvae because we have bats here, right? So they have to be fed. That's one way. And we have the occasional mosquito, but bats take pretty good care of all that. So anyway, so before it starts raining about noon, and I see the clouds already coming in, I have some things to do. I got most of it already done, but got to do that. And it's already time to mow again. I could let Bo in, but if I do that, I have to be with him the whole time. So I got to find me something to do where I'm right there with him out there and watching him. But he does a good job mowing too, and he loves all the fresh stuff. So, anywho, so our celestial competition. I was a blessed child. Peace in mankind. Care and love for every dependent child. Peace, every child feels secure, which reflects cause and effect in a child's life. Peace, every child eats. Peace, every child is warmed in cold times. Peace, understanding a child's growth in troubling times, then to guide the child to attain harmony with peace. I am peace as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a daughter of God. Peace, to become the best I can be for every child. Repentance, knowing every child is deserving of peace. Prayer, knowing every child comes first. Restored, conditions are fulfilled when every child is loved and cared for. Death separates us from our earthly path to attain peace. Our taught descendants are the future. The change of lineage, God's lineage in action, the true cause and effect in a child's harmonious and happy life. I am an adult, ashamed to ask for anything from my heavenly parents for myself. If a child on earth needs my prayers and conditions greater than I, peace will happen when peace can be found in every child. I will be less than any child that suffers due to mankind's unkindness. Spirit world will hold us all accountable, regardless. Remember that. So I just found out that also, just reminded me, and then it reminds me of things I've just seen. A friend of mine in South Korea, she's American, speaks several languages, more than I do, better than I do. And she is a big part of organizing an international something conference. Of course, for our church. Yes, yeah. International. And I thought, I must tell her. What do I talk about? What was this poem prayer about? What is that about? Yes. Here is in a few weeks, this international conference coming up where no doubt many different religious leaders from around the world, from different nations, different continents will come together. And what should they talk about? The safety of every child out there, that peace can only be attained by. Yes, caring taking care of every child out there, even if it isn't ours. Well, here I am sitting on my nice porch. I took care of many, many, many children that weren't mine in the best possible way that I knew and could give. Yes, yeah. Took in many, many children. All ages. Yes. So, it's okay. I may talk about that. So, there you go. But I just thought I'm going, oh, I've got to send my friend some. Of course, she's going to come and say, Daniela, it's already. I mean, we're in the end stages of, kind of prep and everything. And, well, I'm going to give it a try anyway. So many leaders that come together that God had called, or has called, will be there at that conference from all around the world. Spiritual leaders in many ways, right? Yes, what should be on their mind first and foremost? And then, how could they work together? Often these conferences, you come together, and then what? Yes. So, yes. Well, anyway, we'll see. I gotta give it a try. Then people are already out there, right? Doing what they're doing. So, here, I'll give a little guidance like Balaam. I'm listening to God and I'm telling you. All right. Daniela. I can't help it. It all excites me. I'm always happy to see people working like that. How much work went through the Old Testament here? But without God's guidance, really, truly, just listening to God, things just don't turn out so good, no matter how well you prep for it. All right, we're in Numbers 25. Israel at Peor. Israel settled at Shittim. The people gave themselves over. Well, okay. Well, there you go. Okay, now listen, these people. This is Israel. Israel settled at Shittim. The people gave themselves over to prostitution with Moabite women. These invited them to the sacrifices of their gods. And the people ate and bowed down before their gods, with Israel thus committed to the Baal of Peor. Yahweh's anger was aroused against them. This is a never-ending story. I'm always amazed over how I start the videos and then I'm starting to read and I'm going, well, if that didn't have something to do with that at all, really, when it comes down to it. Now, again, I'm not getting, so here is Balak and Balaam. So they're from a different tribe somewhere there, but they're all they all know each other, and some of them wanted to work together to beat the Israelites, right? So, and Balaam's God seems to be who, right? Israel's God, right? So, what's this Moabite stuff now? Not getting it. It's just like people could make up their mind who's who when it comes to who they want to worship and all that. Okay. And what does it get them into right away? I tell you what. Yahweh said to him, here goes, oh my gosh. As I said, it says Yahweh's anger was aroused. So what does that mean? I think, again, it's more like I tried to explain when certain things just happen and you get so frustrated. And you get, come on, people. Right? I mean, really? And you've got to say something. Right? You can't just stay silent. Right? Sometimes I just silently observe and go, oh, wonder where that's going to go. Probably nowhere good. Right? But sometimes I have to say something and just say, okay, I'm quoting Jesus here. Right? How much of a fool are you out there? really comes down to. Well, anyway. So, I said, God's a parent. He's our parent. We're parents. If you're a parent, then you know what this kind of anger is. Yahweh said to Moses, take all the leaders of the people, impale them facing to the sun. For Yahweh to deflect his burning anger from Israel. Wait. I've read enough about all them foreign gods, this and that. That's what they would do. But Yahweh wouldn't do that. So again, they're so confused that the confusion even has made it into the Bible when something is. That's what God wanted? Sounds like a pagan God to me. But that's not who Yahweh is. That's not what God, our parent in heaven, is. So again, how's this written down? And for whose purpose? For whose agenda? For whose benefit? Yes? Anyway, let's keep reading. Impale them facing the sun for Yahweh to deflect his burning anger from Israel. Moses said to the judges of Israel, each of you will be put to death, those of his people who have committed themselves to the Baal of Peor. One of the Israelites came along, bringing the Midianite woman into his family under the very eyes of Moses and the whole community of Israelites as they were weeping at the entrance to the tent of meeting. Okay, so do you guys remember when they got all scared? We don't really want to go close to the tent of meeting because he's a scary God, and and he'll kill us all like he did the other ones, and right? Yes? And here, blatantly, right? Blatantly doing things that, so you're not really scared, right? And that's just one man. Okay, as I said, what did it say in the beginning right here, right? So, no, they're not scared. They know full well that this God isn't going to do anything. He's going to keep trying to re-educate us. Somehow they already know that this is an all-loving God. That he's really, yes, with trying, okay, now come on, guys, right? And in order for that to be fixed again, you're going to have to offer something of yourselves, of your possessions. Like what? A goat, a lamb, a bull, right? The sin offering again, right? Yes? If God were such a merciless God, then all these offerings wouldn't be necessary, right? He'd just say, you no good. You're no good. Right? But it's all continuously, right? Okay, I want you to observe this. And maybe this is why there's so much of it, because look at these people. Okay, well, in any case, so there you go. Right? And guilt. Right? When you know you're guilty of something, you don't want to go somewhere where you might have to admit that guilt. And what is that place? A tent of meeting? Okay, I'm just saying. When you are truly in the presence of God, when you feel the presence of God, you're going to want to be the best you could be. I'm not saying you're not. No. Well, I could talk more about that, but I think people who understand this will know what I mean. No, or not. The priest Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, on seeing this, stood up, left the assembly, seized the lance, followed the Israelite into the alcove, and there ran them both through, the Israelite and the woman, through the stomach. Oh, okay. Oh, all righty then. Oh. Thus the plague which had struck the Israelites was arrested. In the plague, 24,000 of them had died. Okay. Yahweh then spoke and said, the priest Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, has deflected my wrath from the Israelites. he being the only one of them to have the same zeal as I have, for which reason I did not make an end of the Israelites in my zeal. For this reason I say, to him I grant my covenant of peace. To him and his descendants after him, this covenant will assure the priesthood forever. In the reward for his zeal for his God, he will have the right to perform the ritual of expiation for the Israelites. The Israelite who had been killed, the one who was killed with the Midianite woman, was called Zimri, son of Salu, leader of one of the Simeonite families. The woman, the Midianite, who was killed, was called Cosbi, daughter of Zur, chief of a clan of a family in Midian. Wow, interesting. All this information they have about those two, which again tells me, you know what? Amongst all them hundreds and thousands of Israelites, right? These two kind of were singled out, per se. Okay, all right. Oh, because of their audacity. Okay, again. But there's an awful lot of information about those two. I'd say, no, he didn't kill them. Something else went on there. I just don't want to believe that, right? Yes, he could have killed them, but I don't think that God would have approved of that. Okay. In the sense of, okay, well, it's already happened, and I know that he did it with what in mind? So many people have already been, sounds like, struck down by some kind of a plague. What did they do? What kind of a plague might that have been? Okay. We have some plagues like this, and yeah, okay. So again, one could say, okay, well, I've got to go with the God I know. Then what actually happened here? But yes, to find the source of the problem, address it, and then either it gets restored or get rid of. Sure, but standing up for the laws of heaven is definitely something that sounds like, is in this story, gets rewarded by God. Yet, if you have to uphold the laws of heaven by breaking one yourself, again, where are the absolutes? It's either one learns the standard of absolutes, or there always will be, right? Something. Halt something in the tracks before it gets out of hand. How could there be 24,000 people dying before anybody and Moses kind of also looked away, it sounds like, only, right? Eleazar's son said, I don't think so. Right? What did you really do? Well, we don't know, but I don't think he killed them. Well, maybe he didn't. Who knows? But Yahweh's, okay. Then Yahweh just keep going. Well, again, it's the reputation of God we're talking about here too. Yeah? You can't have it both ways. It's only one way, straight way. Yahweh then spoke to Moses and said, harass the Midianites, strike them down, for harassing you with their guile in the Peor affair and the affair of their sister Cosbi, the daughter of a prince of Midian. Oh, the woman who was killed the day the plague came on account of the business of Peor. Okay, again. Did Yahweh really speak to Moses? And again, where was Moses in all this? Now I have to say this time. But then suddenly, when something needs to be taken care of, or something happened, like with those two, the Israelite and the Midianite woman, then suddenly, we got to fix this somehow. Yahweh spoke to me, this, that, okay. And again, what I see here is, so God would really approve. Now, this is his people. That's the end, by the way, of 25. This is his people he's been raising up, right? To follow the Ten Commandments, to to pay homage to what? Okay, one God, Yahweh. I am your God, nobody else. Okay? Follow my instructions. To what? A land of milk and honey. Oh, you think it's just traveling from one place to the other to milk and honey? I think God was also trying to work towards a people that lived like milk and honey, right? Yes, with plenty. Yes, peaceful together, properly together, right? Okay. But here, go and harass. Let's blame somebody else out there for your behavior. The people of Peor, okay, they haven't been taught any of that stuff. Besides, sounds like they're absolutely still under the yoke of false gods, gods that never existed, just made up by their priests or something. Right? Well, that's how you control people. So, well, how does that make sense? I'd say the Israelites had a lot to work on within themselves, and yet, again, using God to blame everybody else out there. Yes? Instead of saying, man, we got a problem. Number one, we got something going through our camps that's killing people. Yeah? And it, most likely from our promiscuous practices. All right? So why did we even start doing this? They've got so many, the other tribes around them are afraid of the Israelites because there are so many of them. Yet Israel needs to go to another smaller tribe and go and what? Do what with their women? We got a problem, not with Peor and that people there, this snap. We got a problem within Israel here. Wouldn't you say so? Yet, supposedly, God tells Moses, go and harass them, put them down or something. Really? Yeah. People have interesting ways to fix their guilt, take care of their guilt, blame somebody else. The Israelites full well knew what the heavenly laws were, how God had already been teaching them for years and years and years now. Yet, they're blaming it all on a people that doesn't know anything about it, hasn't been taught yet. All right, well, that's it. Those are my thoughts to this particular part. People may have other thoughts about it. Reflect before you react has taught me a lot. And even when I see certain things going on out in the world, first of all, again, man, I bet you that 25% of all these stories, there may be some truth in it. 75% is made up. And again, made up in the way of point the finger somewhere else so that, yes, I don't have to reflect on things. Or how do I react to the news out there? How do I react to certain stories? Yes? Yeah? There may be a beginning point of, okay, don't want to be a part of that, But then other things are being pulled in. We're going, wait a second, what are you doing now? That's not even has nothing even to do with the story when it comes down to it. And what I found very, very interesting in the last so many years is that even though oftentimes it's a collective problem, a collective sin of the people, somehow people always find one black sheep to blame everything on that particular person. Yes? Oh, well. All these thousands and thousands of years that we've been already guided. Many of us been guided by Yahweh, by the one God. And yet, so many thousands of years later, then we've had at least a couple thousand years, I'd say. The Bible now, maybe not quite. The written Bible, printed out, this, like this, huh? And woo. Still, amazing. No, it's amazingly sad. It's amazingly disturbing. And yet, there you go. Again, everybody is an individual, right? I'm not in your shoes, you're not in my shoes. Yes? And wanting to feel good about oneself, wanting to, and working on oneself, that's all good. The one thing I think really, I advise really strongly everyone is, look for anything, even if, as I said, if you're involved somehow, you read up on it somehow, somehow it's been brought to your attention. Is it personal? Is it out there in cyberspace or whatever? Make sure, right, that you look for the blame for some of the things you either let be done to you, right? Yes? Right? Or done yourself. Look at that first. I'm not saying, oh, well, but we have problems with that where people take so much blame on that then, right? Yes, they can get out of and reestablish their life again due to abuses. Okay, I'm not about that. Okay? Now, again, if there you go. Right away, people could find a way to say, yeah, but, how about not but? I think I'm being very clear in what I mean with that. First, look in how are you feeling about something out there? How are things going within your family? And where's the sincerity when one does need to take on some blame? And bring it out into the open. Say, I did this, and I need to apologize for that. Oh, yeah, I have to practice that too, but I'm still not 100% perfect. I'm getting there, I think. Someone could call me a narcissist. Some people do. But in any case, so that's one thing. I think too that when we're honest with ourselves, then things can really start to change. And another thing, to hide bad things, really bad things. Not that you got up in the middle of the night and went and made a sandwich or something. Okay, I'm not talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about really bad things. When you hide that, no, right? Others especially, in your family, you have to hide it because, okay, we got a big problem out there with that, you guys. We have a big problem when it comes to all that. And again, in many cases, it's hurting our children. It really does. Well, anyway, so there it is. Restoration in the family, one thing. You've got to clean up your family. You've got to clean up. You have to clean up. You got to own up. And as a family, stand together. Yet, yes. And there it is. All right. Done. Done for today. I've got to go and take care. It's already, I have no idea what. Maybe having a hot flash at the same time, but it is so warm out here. I'm perspiring all over. going to be another beautiful day. Well, I'm not sure where the rain clouds went. Maybe God said, my father says she's got enough water she needs to take care of right now. I'll hold off a day with rain. And then tomorrow or day after, she's going to need it again. Then I'll let it rain. Then we'll fill up them rain barrels again. That'll give her enough time to distribute all the water around the garden, clean out the barrels good, right? And, you just notice I'm working for God. Trying to work very hard for God. To do what? And there he is, working together with me, too. Yeah, yeah, it's a wonderful life. It's a wonderful life. Oh, I have to mention, I don't care how long these videos are. Let's see, how far. Oh, it's only been 30 minutes. Gosh, I feel like I talked for an hour. I watched some video. I don't know why I came across them. It's just, things just happen. But my mom was a nun for 8 years before. She left the convent at the age of 22, got married, and at 23, she had me. Yes, okay. But she was a nun. She entered the convent at 14, and then, yeah, okay, a little early, eh? Yeah, well, that's what she did. But she was a nun for 8 years. In a way that has never really left her. She's a wonderful woman, wonderful mother, a wonderful friend. Yeah, okay. So I watched these videos about the nuns, cloistered up and this and that, some of them more than others, and I couldn't be a nun. I don't know, maybe on vacation for a few weeks or something. Okay. But these women, these ladies, you watch these videos and there's just kind of this peace that comes over you somehow. Right? They do a lot of praying, a lot of prayer. And it was amazing. I watched 4 or 5 of them, each about 10 to 20 minutes long or something, 30 minutes. And I was I just sat and watched. I'm going, I feel this peace coming over me. These videos are meant to be on there too. Oh, not to, right? Oh, is God calling people through these videos to become nuns? Maybe. Someone might. In some comments, the ladies were quite getting older. Didn't look like there were younger people anymore going there, especially the ones where there was silence and just prayer. But they did all kinds of other things too. Okay, but very strict lifestyle of prayer. And then there were other ones where there were, oh, wow, there's a lot of young ones there, right? Yes, there was one and they were just young, college-age students. College age, yeah, okay. That were nuns. I'm going, oh my gosh, that's young people still feel called to this type of lifestyle. And one of them was somewhere in the heart of some pretty bad neighborhood. The one sister said when she decided that she was going to go and stay there and become a nun and kind of go and check it out too and then become a nun, the taxi driver wouldn't even drive her in there. Said, no, I'm not going into that area. I know that there's that comment there, but I'm not going in there. So she had to take the subway. And that comment's been there for a long time. I don't know sure how long, but since they've been there, you got testimonies from people who said, yeah, things have changed slowly but surely, and they respect those sisters. Yes, sounds like it. But for them to be right there, right? Yes, in the middle of shootings and, I said, taxi driver doesn't want to drive somewhere, and yeah, it's probably not good. Right? But here they are, group of women. Huh? This one sister there said that. Yeah, prayer. Even though it's here, we're in here in this building. This now, no, our prayers don't just stay here; they do go out. Yes, I absolutely 100% agree. So a shout out to our prayer warriors out there, men and women, okay, who are dedicating their whole life, or for as long as they can, feel like it's needed, to a life like that. How amazing! How amazing is that? I'm going with again the side of goodness on that. So there it is. Wanted to mention that. Special women. Very special women. Great stories. And I said, one of the things watching these is the peace that just kind of, just watch and you just become so grateful. I wanted to go in on every one of them, right, and say, thank you, ladies. You guys rock. Thank you. You are prayer warriors out there. Right? Yes. But I wasn't sure if that might just be a little offensive or something. That's what I wanted to say. But so then I just said a prayer back to all of them. So they are protected and strong, stay strong. And here, the silence is needed. Now, all of them said it in these ones where silence was a part of it. Oh, they have times where they get to talk to each other. It was like 2 hours, an hour here and an hour there, where they get to talk, this and that. And it makes it a very special time to talk. But yes. Amazing. Yes. So I'm going to remember all them nuns out there, the ladies that sacrifice, right? Family and children. Some of them have families and children and grandchildren. And I've become a nun at 50 or something, at 60 or something. Yes, you can do that too. One of them, last time, one of them said, I realized that I was miserable in the world. And it just got worse. I just kept being more miserable. And I didn't want to be miserable like this. So she entered one of the closed cloisters. And she's at peace. She loves it. She's been there for many, many, many years and has found her calling. Yes. Anyway, beautiful stories. They're very honest too. They're very honest about things as well. But you could just tell their presence in the world, their prayers in the world make a difference, a big difference. Yes, for all of us busy people. Yes, okay. They're busy too, by the way. They don't have TV or this or that, but they have animals and gardens and this and that. And they make all kinds of other different things. Yes. Well, anyway, so there it is. That's what I wanted to share to end this video with. All with what we just read. Nice balance. Like you guys always know, huh? Yes. Prep the night before. Came my way. Then, it's pretty horrific to read this Numbers 25. Then afterwards, I remembered the ladies of God. Our prayer warriors out there. Balances out things. Yes, our emotions as well. Okay, God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to y'all another time.